I'm meteorologist Tony Petrarca in the Pinpoint 12 Forecast Center. Thanks for tuning in to Facebook Live. And with good reason, severe weather alert, everything really coming together for a significant winter storm. Winter storm warning in effect for tonight, specifically later this evening, overnight through most of Thursday, especially during the morning hours. And here's the setup. Look at all of this moisture on Doppler radar tracking north and east. There's nothing scattered about it. It is widespread, getting ready to move into New York City very shortly. And with cold air in place, this is mainly a snow situation. For a short time during the duration of this storm, there may be a little bit of sleet mixing in along the south coast, but even along the south shore, normally you don't get much in the way of snow sometimes during winter storms. You'll certainly get enough to shovel and plow. We're forecasting up to a foot or more in some areas, and we'll show you that accumulation map in just a second. All this purple, now that represents a winter storm warning for the entire area tonight. Not so much right now, but later this evening, overnight through 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. Clearly the worst of this storm is going to be later in the evening, overnight tomorrow morning. So we may get a few flurries during the early evening, but once we get towards 10 o'clock and especially 11 o'clock, it is really starting to come down. It'll ramp up rapidly. The pavement is cold, so any untreated surfaces, the snow will stick pretty readily. And then during the overnight hours, midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, if you're still up at that time, it'll really be coming down hard at the rate of perhaps 1 to 2 inches per hour. And I would say we may pick up 70% of our forecasted accumulation during that time period from roughly midnight till about 5 or 6 in the morning. So at least the timing is good. It's after the evening commute. Wind is going to be a factor as well. So this is the kind of snow tonight, tomorrow morning, blowing sideways and blowing and drifting. But along the coast, this area in orange, gusts of 50 to 60. Further inland, still windy, but not quite 30 to 40. And a high wind warning for Block Island, these areas shaded in red, the Vineyard and Nantucket. That's a high wind warning with gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So wind speeds of this magnitude and gusts combined with heavy snow, the net result may be some scattered power outages. So, powering up your devices, make sure they're charged up. Always good advice in situations like this. As far as the timeline, the snow starting, the first flakes of snow sometime between 8 and 10, and it's really ramping up in that 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. time frame. Heavy snow, strong wind. Poor travel tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. through noon. Snow and any mixture will slowly taper off. Actually, it'll ease to a lighter snow by afternoon. Also of note is something we call a flash freeze. During the morning tomorrow, temperatures may actually drop 5 to 10 degrees in just 1 hour, where it just tumbles very, very rapidly. So any standing slush or water, there won't be much in the way of puddles because it's mainly a snow situation, but wet snow is going to freeze solid, so as the temperature falls off rapidly. And, of course, the million-dollar question here, how much snow? Let me step out of the way. For the last couple of days, we've been forecasting, really since early in the week, we've been forecasting up to a foot of snow. And we're still going in that general range, though. We're going to increase the totals a smidge in our northern suburbs, this area in purple, anywhere from 12 to 15, especially, say, Route 295 north and west of Providence. Most of our viewing area, either on the low end, 8, on the high end, 12, and then along the immediate south shore, 6 to 8. This is the real tricky part, because if we don't get any sleet mixing in along the coastline, then more than likely this 8 to 12 will get shifted towards the coast. But bottom line is a significant amount of snow, obviously enough snow to shovel and plow, and certainly high-impact stuff. It's been a while since we've had a decent snowfall like this. The last couple of winters have been quiet. My ears are ringing, which means I think there are questions out there.
So Louise mentioned how...
Louise?
Louise.
Louise, hi, Louise.
It sounds like she's going to be driving at 4 a.m.
Oh.
She's saying probably not a good time to drive.
No. Now, granted, it's a great time for the road crews because there's nobody on the roads. Their ability to clean the roads is so much easier. But, Louise, I really think even at that time, there's going to be quite a bit of snow on the road. It's going to be snowing at a pretty good clip at that time. It's going to be very, very windy. Poor visibility. So I don't know what kind of vehicle you have, but I would be very careful about travel at that time.
Michael was asking about Bristol as far as like how much snow we could potentially see.
All right, Bristol. Right here. We've got Bristol in the 8 to 12 right now. So on the low end, 8, which is pretty significant, and on the high end, 12. We've had, some of our computer guidance that we use has been hinting at these higher amounts north and west of Providence. And we can put this another way, feel very confident of these numbers verifying on the low end. So on the 6 to 8, at least 6. On the 8 to 12, at least 8. And on the 12 to 15, at least 12. And then whether or not we get up into this higher echelon, it's quite possible. So this is kind of the general range that we're giving out towards the lower Cape, Nantucket, more in the way of sleet and rain, so amounts there maybe a little bit lower.
One more.
One more question? Okay.
Alex has got a good one. Thunder snow. Did you see it?
Thunder snow. It's rare during a winter storm, but sometimes you can get the snow so heavy that you get actually thunder and lightning. And that's, usually a tip-off of a very well-organized, intensifying storm system. And usually in thunderstorm, snow, just like a thunderstorm during the summer, you get a tremendous amount of rain over a short period of time. In thunder snow, you get a tremendous amount of snow, 1, 2, 3 inches of snow over a 1-hour period. So that possibility is there, and those kind of rates of very heavy snow are going to be realized in that roughly 11 p.m. to around 4 a.m. time frame. That's why, Luis, you want to drive at 4 a.m., I want you to be careful because it'll be snowing at a pretty good clip at that time. The worst of this storm is still, what time is it? 3? So it's almost 3 o'clock. The worst of this storm is still about 7, 8 hours away. We're still getting data into the Weather Center, tweaking things a little bit, but we're pretty much sticking with this. But you want to check back with us. Of course, our newscast starts early now at 4 o'clock, right on through 7 o'clock in the evening. And then check back again at 10 and 11 o'clock tonight on 12 News that's when the storm is starting to ramp up. And obviously, Michelle and our weather crew are going to be very busy. Our weather team tomorrow morning, Eyewitness News starting at 4:30, and at that time, of course, the storm is really ramped up, and you want to check in. So it's likely that we got a significant winter storm on the way overnight tonight and right on through Thursday morning. You may be wondering, well, when is this all shut down? By tomorrow afternoon, the snow is much lighter, and then by tomorrow evening, this whole thing is gone and things are clearing out. So, all right, that's our latest update on Facebook Live. Don't forget also. Not just on our app. If you don't have the Pinpoint Weather app, download it. We've made so many upgrades to the app. It's a lot of great stuff on it, especially in situations like this. Very hyper-local in your neighborhood. And also our webpage. Boy, so proud of what our web team has done, WPRI.com, and our weather section. A lot of good stuff there. And we're constantly updating little video updates. So outside of our newscast, we have video updates, and we do them more so during storms, and you want to check that out as well. And also, I'll be giving live updates, like these little 30-second snippets throughout the evening on Channel 12 as well, just kind of keeping track of where the storm is and just kind of help you prepare. But this is real good timing. If you're going to get a storm of this magnitude, to have the height of it occur while most of us are home after the evening commute. So that's always good news. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you later.